Hi, welcome to the part 4 of the lecture on technological development, technological advancement of the Marxian economics class. And now we will look to what, what happens to our single company when the development, basically uh, the uh, technological advancement, basically will spread to the whole sector. Basically, our technological advancement has decreased the constant capital the uh, uh, our company needed. But initially, that technological advancement, which was basically affecting the production process, was used only in a single company. So exchange value of the product was not affected since it was depending on the uh, socially required, basically, time necessary for the production. But when this technology will spread to whole sector, well, this will remain the same, by the way. This will be 0.5. So now the let me write one here. Constant capital necessary for the product in this sector has fallen down, which has decreased the exchange value to 25, which means now the exchange value of the product and the time necessary to produce the product is the same for the company. Previously, this was 30, which means this company could basically make an excess amount of profit by getting value from the sale equivalent to 5 labor hours. But once this technology spreads to the whole sector, that is not necessarily, that's not anymore the case. Exploitation rate has remained the same, but organic composition has fallen down, which means now this sector is a sector where where basically labor is used more than the capital. The variable capital is used more than the constant capital. So it is what we will call in the mainstream economics as a labor-intensive sector, which is called in Marxian economics a sector with a lower organic composition of capital, basically. The surplus value with respect to capital spent in this sector has risen up. Previously it was we were spending 10 labor hour for constant capital, 10 labor hour for variable capital, which was in total 20, and 10 labor hour was the surplus value. But basically now it is 15. 15 labor hour worth of capital is necessary for the production. So basically 10 over 15 is 67%. However, this is not reflected in the profits because the effect of this development on the profits is negligible, as we have said before. And basically, the profit, what will happen is basically the price in this sector will fall below the exchange value proportional to the other commodities, and in the end, the profit in this sector will fall to the 0.5. So profit amount will be something equal to the 7.5 in that sense, in that case. So this is the first case. What will happen when the variable capital will fall? Assuming exploitation rate is the same, when variable capital falls to 5, if surplus value also falls to 5, well, no, let's do it another way. This is our single company. So if variable capital necessaries has fallen to 5, basically, there is less labor required to produce this labor power required to produce this product. Well, this basically means that actually giving the same wage to our workers, this company is getting double as many products. So the money they pay per the product or per commodity has fallen down, which means actually the cost has fallen to cost of production has fallen to 15 labor hours. Well, surplus value is not relevant in this case anymore. So maybe I should delete it for now. Well, however, what is being produced is 30 labor hour worth, when other companies are spending 20 labor hour as the cost they need for the production. This company is able to decrease this because it is able to increase the productivity of the workers, and as a result, it will get excessive amount of profit, basically, compared with other companies in the sector. Well, what will happen when this innovation will spread to the to whole sector? In that case, well, variable capital will fall to 5. Surplus value will also fall to 5. That's because basically previously, well, the company was buying inputs, non-labor inputs that were worth 10 labor hour, and then 20 labor hour was spent for the transformation of these inputs to the output, basically. Now, since production, the productivity of the workers has increased, has doubled, the workers just need 10 labor hours. And well, previously, of course, they still were needing 20 labor hours, so we didn't take this change in the surplus value into account. But since they need only 10 labor hours, basically exchange value will fall inevitably to 20, and inevitably variable capital and surplus value will also fall to 5. With the variable capital, it's not possible to keep the surplus value relatively higher. Well, will this development affect the workers' wage? We assume not. Well, obviously, since productivity in this sector has increased, if this is, for example, clothing sector, which means with the same amount of wage, basically, the worker might be able to buy more clothing, maybe. But on average, if this sector is negligible, the worker is basically able to, the workers, change in the buying power of the workers' wage is negligible. And well, when we are looking purely to the change, the way this development has changed the surplus value per capital that was spent, basically the capital that is spent is now 15, but the surplus value that is gained is 5, which means actually when you divide 5 to 15, you find 0.33. That's actually the 33%, the amount of surplus value extracted in the sector compared with the capital that is spent. However, organic composition in the sector has risen, which means now in this sector the profits will be profit amount will be higher than the surplus value extracted. And that's because this sector, when you divide 10 to 5, you can see that this sector needs more non-labor inputs compared with the labor as input. In other words, well, if you use mainstream terminology, this sector has become a labor-intensive sector. If you use the Marxian terminology, it's a sector with high organic composition of capital. And this basically means that actually profit rates will be higher than the rate we find when we divide the surplus value to the capital spent. Which basically also means that the prices in the sector will be higher than the exchange value exchange value of the products in this sector. So we assume that this development did not change the exploitation rate because buying power of the previous wage was the same. The company needs to give the worker the same wage, basically. Okay. In the next, let's say, section, we will basically look this is the wrong slide. This is the next lecture, basically. Well, we will look what will happen in the whole economy when the whole economy is basically dominated by technological innovations which reduce variable capital and technological innovations that reduce the C, constant capital. I will start with the constant capital case and then move to the variable capital case, and there's a reason behind that. But see, actually maybe we can do the constant capital case now and then do the variable capital case in the next section. So let's do the constant capital case. So let's revise these things. We don't have anymore the company. So we have organic composition of capital, we have profit rate. Actually, this preparation has taken some time. Okay, well, the preparation has taken some time, so we have not that much time left. So to be safe, I will just continue to what will happen into the whole economy in the next session, next part of today's lecture. So see you then.